Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of June 28th through July 4th. And during that time, we do have a full moon that comes in on the 30th. That's a time of heightened emotions, a time when you might feel a little anxious and irritable. You may have changes in your sleeping patterns, that sort of thing, but it's a good time for us to release any resentment or fear, and also to practice patience and calm since we know that that jittery time is coming in. Then for the rest of the week, we do have the waning gibbous energy, and that's a time of self-reflection and rebirth. Good time for us to get rid of bad habits and negative thinking and buckle down and get back to work, achieving our goals and aspirations. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not have, Aquarius. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't right here on the table for someone else. Your overall message for this reading is that you are good enough. All right, let's see what the Aquarius Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder this week for you is that you pay attention to the world around you for synchronistic things that are going on, whether you're recognizing them or not. They're there. So it's like a language. Once you see it, you can't not see it. That's really the only way for me to explain it. I've been very open to synchronistic things for many years, but I do remember the first time, like when those things first started coming, I was like, oh, that's very interesting. And it's just like, it's like a language that's there. So if you see it, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, if you open that awareness a little bit more this week, and really it's just paying attention, just being more in the moment, more conscious of the things around you. And, instead of kind of walking through life with blinders on, really open your eyes up and look around you. So that's my fun weekly reminder, is that you try to open yourself up to experience synchronicities a little bit more this week. So, all right, I will stop babbling about it. Let's get into this reading for you, Aquarius, June 28th through July 4th. You are good enough. Your present energy right now, Queen of Pentacles. So you are good enough, and you are on top of things when it comes to your material world. It's like when I see this card, I think the bank account's in order, the bills are paid, the house is clean, the laundry's done, the groceries are shopped. This is the way I feel when all those things are done. And it's like, well, now what do I do? What do I get to do now to enjoy myself, or, just have a good time, live my life in the way that I want to, and relax a little bit. So you're kind of on top of things, which is great. Your current situation is that this is great that this card comes out, because this is literally the card of enjoying the fruits of your labor, the Nine of Pentacles. So there you are enjoying it, and go ahead, and you should. That's exactly what you should be doing. Things are taken care of. You've been on top of things. Now just enjoy that feeling of like, things are good, things are all right now. That's good. At the root of your situation is the Nine of Wands. So at the root of this is maybe some time that you've spent looking back over the ways that maybe you've lived your life in the past, and maybe you've made those corrections to get yourself here so that you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. And this is like, well, in the past, I forgot to pay my internet bill 3 times in 1 year, and that was a pain in the butt, but now I'm on top of it. I put that thing on auto pay, and I don't think about it anymore. So that kind of thing, where you're looking back at like, oh, I was doing this in the past, and it looks like you've done that look back, and you've made some corrections. And that's what we all have to do, that. And we're all making mistakes. Don't worry about it. It's not just you. You are good enough. You're great, and you're feeling that, which is awesome. In your recent past, King of Wands, so you have been kind of focused on something that you're very passionate about, and that's great. This could be anything under the sun. This could be passion in a new relationship. This could be passion in a current relationship, one that's been ongoing. It could be passion about your work or a hobby or something, but it's something that you have really put all of yourself into and really become knowledgeable about, and that's in your past, and that's why you're in your present shoes, right? That's why you're enjoying the fruits of your labor. On your mind this week is the Death card. So some sort of ending is on your mind. It doesn't have to be actual death, but it does mean a little more final than then some changes. There's something that is ending for you. And I don't see it as a negative thing at all. I see it as a positive thing. This could just be, again, looking back and seeing that the old way of doing things, maybe, maybe even was a little bit scatterbrained, a little this, that, but, and if it had to do with finances, you're done doing that. You've, you've, it's like you've crossed some hurdle. You've made some sort of improvement somewhere, even if it's just in your mindset that that is the old way of thinking. You're not going to be thinking that way anymore. You're going to stay on top of things and enjoy the fruits of your labor. So that's probably what this look back is, and it's on your mind. That's like, wow, I've really changed. I've really had a transformation, which is really all the death card is about. It's transforming from one form of something into another. All right, what is just ahead of you this week? Ace of Swords. So while you're enjoying the fruits of your labor, bingo, bright idea, something, some sort of aha moment, some breakthrough. And it could just be that you are looking back and thinking what I was just saying. It's like, wow, I really have made a change. I am good enough. If there was any self doubt, I feel like you're getting to a place where that's not going to be the case for you anymore. You're not going to be doubting that. You're accepting that, like, you know what, I am okay, I am good enough, and I can do these things I'm setting out to do. In your advice position here is the Wheel of Fortune, which is about evolving. So you are evolving. You understand that one little thing can change from one day to the next and change your life. It could be this passion we were talking about. It could be that you maybe met someone that changed your life. What a difference one little thing in your one day in your life makes, and how different, how it turns you around, how it changes. Maybe it was a job that you took that just totally changed your whole life because you love the job, or you made a friend there that has changed your life. So this is what the Wheel of Fortune, and typically it's, things do change on a dime, and typically it is for the better, something that has changed for you and evolved for the better. You're letting go of your past and embracing this future, which I think is really, really great. What is beyond your control this week? Page of Wands. So you are going to have some sort of new path in the way of passion. So it could be a passion different from this. It could be that this represents some hobby that you have, and this might represent a relationship, or vice versa. It's something that's something else that comes along that you're going to nurture, which is going to be something that you love. It could be something as small as a tiny hobby and as big to a life-changing relationship, or is something of that sort. So something is coming in that you're going to love and you're going to nurture it. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid, is the Judgment card. And this will be your big question of the week, is, are you looking around and making judgments? Is it your secret desire to do that, or are you trying to avoid judging? Or, and also it could be the judgment that you're feeling from others, maybe. I would imagine, are you trying to avoid that for some reason? When it comes to judgment like that, I feel like you just have no control over it. People are going to think what they think. You know that you're good enough. That's really all that matters, is that you and your people around you know that you're good enough. We're not worrying about the rest of the world, and you can't please everybody all the time anyway. So why try? But think about this, is it your secret desire, or are you trying to avoid? And there's many different ways that you can look at judgment. So whatever is going to apply to you this week, really put some thought into that. And there's no right or wrong answer. Just understand your answer. All right, and your outcome position here is the Empress. So, of course, another card of just enjoying the fruits of your labor, but also entering into something that is long term creative, which could be these passions. This would be the Empress. Of course, she's our mother of the deck, so I always have to mention that. That if that's something you are looking forward to, awesome. And if it's something you're trying to avoid, also pay attention to that as well, because the Empress is our creator of life. She's our mother of the deck, but also it's about entering into things that you're going to nurture long term, like a child. And this could be anything from like a home that you're going to buy, that you're going to nurture that home long term. It could be just anything that you're going to make an overall long term commitment to endeavor in. So whatever that might be for you, that's in your outcome this week. What is hidden from you this week, Aquarius, is the 10 of Wands, which is kind of a final push toward an ending. I think you're still kind of in looking back phase down here, and at least evaluating. So this card may come up for you next week or the week after, even though we do have that death card, which to me is like a 10. It's like that final push, the ending, the moving from the transforming from one thing to another, because you've made some sort of you've learned something or you've had some sort of revelation. So, all right, let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Aquarius as they really are just enjoying who they are right now, which I love that. Final message for you is to speak up. Speak up about this. And this could be maybe something about that judgment that you do need to not hold back on, right? Or just express if you're feeling judged by others, speak up about that as well. Hey, let's not do that. That's not nice. So, or explain, maybe they're misjudging you for some reason. So, all right, let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care. Self-care for Aquarius this week. And the card that you get is the card called Calm. I love that picture. That's very pretty. A breakdown is often followed by a breakthrough. Remain calm. A breakdown, which again could be this ending, this thing that you're looking back on, but it's a breakthrough. You get your aha moment and you get to move into it and be the empress in the end and create something beautiful. So, Aquarius, I love this reading for you this week. I do hope there's something here that you can take away and use in a positive way in your own life. If you're comfortable sharing, drop a comment down below. Let me know what is ending for you, and did you need reminded that you are good enough? Is there some big change that has come about for you that now you're getting to enjoy the fruits of your labor and moving forward? I'd be curious about that. Also, if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer any of those for you. So also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe really helps my channel. So thank you in advance for doing that. And thank you if you've already done that. I do appreciate you. And what it does also, it helps you find me next week. Come on back and let's see where this story goes. So thanks so much for being here. Good luck. See you next time. Bye-bye.